ISSA Strength and Conditioning Certification, Final Exam, Instructional Video by Lynnette Wadsworth.
Hi, I'm Lynnette Wadsworth, a Strength and Conditioning Specialist here at Northwest Performance Training Center.
Strength and conditioning training applies sports science to a performance goal through a regimented program. The program is designed by the specialist, such as a coach or a trainer. The program should target the desired performance specific to the athlete's sport and position. It should include exercises for strength, power, plyometrics, speed, agility, and endurance. Today, I'll be working with our collegiate athlete, Aurora. Aurora is a point guard for the Boise State women's basketball team. Aurora will be performing day 1 in week 1 of her preseason training cycle. Aurora's workout will consist of a warm-up, plyometric speed agility work, strength and power exercises, and a cool-down. Aurora's warm-up will begin with heated foam rolling. She will focus on tight or sore areas of the body. She can also focus on areas that will be used during her workout to come. 2 minutes per area. She will then do a dynamic stretch called a walk down for 5 reps, ending with jumping rope for 2 minutes. Heated foam rolling is a great tool, not only because the foam roller itself is heated, and heat is a great way to warm up and activate our muscles, but the foam roller acts as a self-massage tool that can gently roll out bound or tight muscles, increasing blood flow to the areas and better preparing the muscles for activity. Here, Aurora chooses to foam roll her back, which is a great way to feel the most heat from the roller, but also helps to warm up her back muscles, which will be used in her workout today. Here, Aurora chooses to roll her calf muscles, which is a commonly tight muscle for many, but especially for basketball players. Next, Aurora will perform a dynamic stretch called a walk down. Walk down is a term that I have created as a trainer for my clients. A dynamic stretch is an active movement where the joints and muscles go through a full range of motion. You can see Aurora do this in this movement.
We'll do 2 of these.
Next, Aurora will be jumping rope as a final portion of her warm-up routine. She will jump for 2 minutes total. As a trainer, I love incorporating jump rope into warm-up routines because it is a great total body movement requiring coordination by a nervous system communication between your brain, upper body muscles, and lower body muscles. In short, it requires your brain to wake up, while at the same time it increases your heart rate and therefore blood flow to all of the muscles in use. Set a 2-minute timer and begin jump roping. Aurora will then move on to her plyometric, speed, and agility portion of her workout. She will do 3 rounds of each exercise in a circuit style, resting for 2 minutes and 30 seconds between rounds. She will begin with a resisted broad jump, move on to a speed ladder shuffle, and finish with supine med ball tosses. For demonstration purposes, we will only show video of a portion of the first round or set for the prescribed exercises. As a basketball player, Aurora will jump for many reasons, such as rebounding, shooting, lay-ins, defense for, say, stealing a ball or blocking a shot. The list could go on and on. Resisted broad jumps are just one of many ways we can work to increase the strength and power of Aurora's jumping ability. By adding resistance on the jumping movement, her muscles will work to recruit and use more muscle fibers, which correlates to an increased muscle strength and ability over time. Next, Aurora will perform lateral shuffle steps using an agility speed ladder. While there are many ways a speed ladder can be used, Aurora will use this exercise to focus on her lateral movements, which directly correlates to her performance in basketball. In this exercise, and all exercise on the speed agility ladder, I want my athletes to go as fast as possible. I often tell them, if they're not messing up, then they must not be going fast enough. Next, Aurora will perform a supine med ball toss. It is important that Aurora uses as much explosive force and power to pass the ball above her body. This directly correlates to Aurora's ability to pass a basketball with speed and accuracy during her competitions. It is imperative that athletes adequately rest. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is an ideal standard rest time. Aurora will then move on to her strength and power portion of her workout. She will do 3 rounds of 8 reps on each exercise. She will rest for 2 minutes and 30 seconds between her supersets or sets. She will begin with a superset of bench press and chin-ups. She will then do back squats, and she will end with barbell press sit-ups. The bench press is a go-to upper body strength builder, targeting the chest as a primary muscle group and the shoulders and triceps as a secondary muscle groups. Here, notice Aurora's control of the barbell and weight on the way down in the movement. But look closely to see that she works to explode with force and power on the upward movement of the motion. You will hear the downward movement of exercise referred to as eccentric movement and the upward concentric. Next, you will see Aurora performing chin-ups. She will do this directly after performing her bench press with no rest, as these two muscle groups are antagonists and can be performed one after the other, as one rests while the other does work. Chin-ups are the opposite of a bench press and primarily target the lats and the biceps. Aurora is using a band to provide a slight amount of assistance for her chin-up. Watch her movement to see control on the way down and explosive force on the way up. After finishing her bench press and chin-ups, Aurora will then rest for 2 minutes and 30 seconds before she repeats each exercise for 2 more sets. Next, Aurora will move on to back squat. This will be the lower body portion of her strength today. Back squat, focus primarily on your quadriceps, but also engages hamstrings and glutes. In a back squat, you will see Aurora in a wider stance, feet slightly outside of her hips. On the squat, you'll see her range of motion showing that her bottom goes past her knees, and as she comes up, she again uses that explosive force to power her body and bar directly up. Aurora will then rest and do no other exercise or movement before she repeats the back squat again for 2 more sets. Finally, Aurora will finish with barbell sit-up press. This is an advanced movement that targets specifically your abdominal and core strength. In this movement, it's imperative that Aurora has her legs tucked under a support pad, as it plays a critical role on the downward motion to stabilize her spine. On the upward motion, you will see that she explodes the bar from her chest up, much like a bench press, but then follows the bar with a sit-up. On the way down, she's slow and in control. Aurora will once again rest, performing no other exercises in between, before she then repeats this exercise for 2 more sets. Finally, Aurora will end with a cool down. She will start with static stretching for 5 to 10 minutes, and then she will end with legs up the wall. She can do this for 10 to 20 minutes. Static stretches, ideally done at the end of your workouts, the opposite of dynamic stretches in which we performed at the beginning, involve a stretch that holds you in place for a period of time, without movement. Aurora can choose her static stretches based on the workout she just performed. She will sit, lie, or stand in a single position for a period of time, usually no more than 45 seconds. This stretch felt necessary for Aurora's hamstrings and calves. This stretch specifically targeted Aurora's hamstrings, which felt especially tight today and after her workout. This stretch helped to stretch Aurora's glutes. It also helped to stretch the psoas of the leg that is not bent and tucked when she sits up. This stretch directly targets Aurora's quads, which she definitely used today during her back squats. Legs up the wall is the final cool down exercise that Aurora will perform. Legs up the wall is actually a restorative yoga posture that not only allows the body to relax, but the mind as well. Here, you will see Aurora sitting close to the wall, lying down on her back, scooching her bottom and back side of her legs up as close to the wall as possible. Once she is in this position, she will simply stay here, breathe deeply, and relax. Thank you for your time and interest in our strength and conditioning programs here at Northwest Performance Training Center. Goodbye for now, and a huge thanks to our volunteer athlete, Aurora. For any questions or training inquiries, please feel free to contact me directly at 503-347-0919 or Lynnette at nwp.com.